Hi and welcome to another video on making a comic. This time you're gonna see me go through a really challenging one. Hi, my name is Escobar. I'm a storyboard artist on the Simpsons television show. I've been working on the show for over 25 years now, and I'm here to empower you. So sometimes the comics tend to just kind of magically come together, and sometimes not so much. This time around, that's what we got. We've got something that didn't quite go the way I planned. I was hoping, because it was so simple, and you'll see, it was meant to be simple, and it just got away from me, beginning with the drawing, all the way down to color. Color by far the most difficult, most challenging part of doing this comic. So without any further ado, here's the process. So, as before, I usually have my little script on the bottom of the screen, and then I try to come up with shots. And this all took place at a bar. So I wanted this to break up the picture plane as much as I could. I did some sketches. So I did a 3/4 instead of a straight on for the bar. Here I'm just stealing assets from a previous comic, so you can see that I'm taking the narration boxes, I'm taking the word balloons, and then I'm making adjustments for this comic so that I don't have to recreate them right away. I also took the thumbnail sketches and doodles that I did, blew them up, and made them the preliminary the preliminary shot. Here I am coming up with the perspective for the background, the shot, indicating general background stuff. I originally had a corner in the room, and then I decided to get rid of it. It looked better without it. I also put my character model in the back so I could get a good size relationship. You can see on the left that I have a reference, and you can see also that I'm using actual real bottles. I just downloaded some bottles from online just so I can get the proportions right, so I don't have to worry about getting the proportions right. They are not in the correct perspective. That's going to be all up to me, but at least I had the general shapes correct, so I didn't have to invent or try to get those down. It's a good cheat. You can see on the left-hand side that I have a reference of myself holding a bottle, a completely different bottle, but it's a bottle nonetheless, so I could actually have reference for the hands, so I could get the accuracy of the hands correct. Hands are extremely, extremely important. The most amount of reference you can get, the more naturalistic you can get, the better your hands are going to be. Struggling with the head positions, trying to make him look drunk, trying to make the character look unique as the character is meant to look unique. And again, there was a photo of me on the left-hand side. Here's my hand reference looking at it. Notice that I changed the way the bottle is. So I use the bottles initially, the real ones, as just a placeholder for the size and shape. But eventually I have to make it work with it, have him actually holding a real bottle, make these bottles actually look like they are in this drawing rather than just photos of bottles that just don't work, and have to place them in just the right spot so that if they feel right. But it is a really quick shortcut so that I could just get them down. The rest, once I have this one shot done, the rest in theory should be much easier because I already have the one shot. The rest of these shots are exactly the same. The background should be the same. The character is the only thing that's changing. This in theory was supposed to be easier. Now this drawing here wasn't so bad. It was the third panel that was really much more of a struggle, and the first panel, because the first panel just trying to get the head, it tilted in the right way, and the pose tilted in the right way, and it was a headache. There I am again posing for the hand, so that I could get the hand looking right. And this face, and I think even in the final, maybe not the best, but she was supposed to look drunk. And so I kept messing with the face, like in this particular version, like it started off with one eye slightly more open than the other, and then I changed my mind later. There's more hand reference, using my hands there, and making adjustments on the arm. Again, it's what's clear, and then here I changed my mind because she's supposed to be looking down her shirt, and it didn't look like she was looking down her shirt, and I also wanted her to look drunk. So so tough. And then here I am adjusting, putting in the new bottle, and then so the eye was the thing that I kept on messing with. But then I decided I was done, and so that was it. And after that, it was time to start flatting. As you will see later on, I changed my mind on some drawings, and I went back and fixed some drawings. But overall, that was it. It definitely was much more of a struggle than I would have liked it to be, but it turned out okay in the end, as far as the drawing goes. But then once I started adding color, it became a big mess. So in 2 videos from now, you will see me do the coloring process. But the next part of the process was the flatting. And in the flatting, there will be shadows put in it, and then I will show you what I did. And I think that in this stage, this is where I realized that the second stage that I'm going to be talking about next was more important than I realized. So, and that's where I fell apart, or like my coloring fell apart in the next step. So I will talk about that next time. So I hope this has been helpful, and I'll see you next time. All right, bye.